basic rhythm of it was ba-da, ba-da, or and 1 and 2. We did it on our own. We kind of got some practice going in 1 and 2, 3 with our 8 count. 7 and 8 and 1 and 2, 3. We change that to our 6 count and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. We put it into our choreography, which we'll show you, but then we kind of reverted from that and we did some other things. But our choreography was swing out, circle, tuck, turn, side pass. So it looked like this. We had ba-da, ba-da, swing out, hey, up, beat-da, hey, hey, beat-da, boom, hey, beat-da, boom, hey, beat-da, boom, okay. We also got some practice doing it on our swing outs. We had our format of nobody goes, leaders go, follow goes, everybody goes. So we went like this, hey, so leader goes, hey, follower goes, hey, everybody goes, hey. We talked about a lot of different things. I think one of the real important ones was recognizing that we want to kind of have a general sense of an even flow when we do our basics, meaning not as our basic. And I think that came out very obviously when we tried to do our variation, which is very similar to a triple step. It's an N triple step, and 1 and 2, because if we were doing that in our basics, it tended to end up looking like N triple step, which of course then felt like something very different. And the idea is this is a sneaky footwork. We sneak in, so followers can choose to do it, leaders can choose to do it. Hopefully it doesn't affect the underlying moves too much.
We also sort of changed the shape of it, so we have ba-doom, ba-doom, the standard, and side and back, ba-boom, ba-boom, and front and back, playing with the heels. You've got all sorts of different things that you can do to shape it. And we did that in the 8 count rhythm and the 6 count rhythm as well. And we did that in the swing outs as well. Something that I didn't mention in class, but I think would be helpful, if you're lower, you can make a bit more of a shape. If you're super high, it's going to be difficult to make that variation stand out. And I think if you're lower, it makes the variation a lot more possible as well. Todd also talked about the release, instead of holding it in those 2 chunks. And then I think one more thing I'd like to mention, I think this is something we said in class, but don't let the variation panic you. Still try to move slowly and fluidly instead of doing the variation and then jumping on each other. Even though that's fun, it's not very good for dancing.
We also did this, I don't know if you need this one, but we also did it just, we did this 6 count out and back. And of course, all the same things apply. The leader can do it, the follower can do it. We tried it in various combinations with that. And also, I think because we had a lot of questions about it, I just want to reiterate that when we do a footwork variation or a styling, the implication behind that is that it's still the same move. So if I'm leading a swing out, I still try to lead it the same way I would lead a swing out. And everybody does it differently. So I mentioned this, that maybe sometimes you lead it like that with a rocker. Maybe sometimes it's a forward. Maybe sometimes it's a hang out and then move a little later. So again, whatever you normally do to accomplish your swing out, try to do the same thing and try to fit that variation within that. And in particular for leaders, when I start a swing out, I'm moving back. So it doesn't matter what footwork I end up doing, I'm ultimately trying to get her to move that way. And as long as you can accomplish that, I think you're going in the right direction.